Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's always a privilege to have you here, walking this path of reflection and transformation together. Today, I want to address something that most spiritual seekers encounter sooner or later: a moment, a phase, or even an extended period where the practice becomes unexpectedly difficult. You feel like you're regressing. You question whether your path is working. Your initial joy in practice starts to fade, and you wonder, am I doing this wrong? Why am I not getting better, more peaceful, more enlightened? If that resonates with you, let me assure you, you are not broken, you are not failing. What you're going through might very well be a hidden sign of progress. That deep struggle you feel, that growing restlessness, that confusion, it could be the very blessing you've been unknowingly asking for. Let's start from the beginning. When many people first encounter the Dharma, there's a sense of euphoria. Suddenly, the world starts to make more sense. You hear the Four Noble Truths, and it feels like someone just handed you the blueprint of life. You start meditating, you chant, you join communities, and for a while, it feels like you're floating. Your anger softens, your worries lighten. You feel calmer, more centered, maybe even a little wiser. But then something shifts. You sit to meditate and your mind is noisier than ever. You try to chant, but it feels mechanical. Your irritability returns. Your ego seems even louder than before. You start noticing how far you still have to go, and it's disheartening. So what happened? You didn't regress. You started seeing more clearly. You see, in the beginning, your mind gives you a grace period. Like when you move into a new apartment, the floors are clean, the air smells fresh. But live there long enough and you start noticing the leaky faucet, the nosy neighbor, the cracked tiles. These things were always there. You just couldn't see them at first. The same goes for your inner world. When you truly begin practicing, when you commit not just to rituals but to real inner transformation, your awareness sharpens, and with that awareness comes a shocking realization. You've been living in mental clutter for years, maybe decades. That anger you thought you had tamed, it was just sleeping. That pride you thought you had dissolved, it was simply hiding. And now it's surfacing. This surfacing isn't a punishment. It's purification. Imagine you're detoxing your body. The first few days can feel awful. Headaches, nausea, fatigue. Not because you're getting sicker, but because the toxins are finally being released. The same thing happens in spiritual practice. As your consciousness clears, the buried patterns, traumas, and beliefs start to emerge. It's messy, it's painful, but it's necessary. There's a beautiful teaching in the Buddhist tradition: before the lotus blooms, it must rise through the mud. The mud is essential. Without it, there is no growth. Your struggle, your doubt, your resistance, that is your mud. And within that mud, your enlightenment is growing. Let me share a story. A man in his 30s began practicing Buddhism after a devastating breakup. At first, it was a refuge. He found peace in meditation, hope in sutras, and comfort in the Sangha. But 6 months in, he began feeling worse. Old resentment has resurfaced. He cried for reasons he didn't understand. His mind was filled with self-judgment. He told his teacher, "I feel like I'm falling apart." And the teacher replied, "Good. That means you're finally allowing yourself to see." What a profound shift that statement brought. This phase, the so-called dark night of the spiritual path, is often where real practice begins. Before that, we are tourists in the Dharma. We collect experiences, we feel inspired. But when suffering resurfaces, we are invited to become residents in our own hearts. No longer running, no longer numbing, but facing everything with courage. And here's something even more beautiful. When you reach that difficult point, you're not alone. Every awakened being has walked through that fire. The Buddha himself sat under the Bodhi tree and was attacked not just by demons, but by doubt, desire, fear, and distraction. And he didn't fight them, he simply witnessed them with unshakable clarity. That's the invitation of difficulty, not to overcome, but to witness. To sit with your fear and say, I see you, but to feel your sadness and whisper, you're welcome here. To meet your doubt with compassion instead of panic. This is where the blessing hides. The Buddha doesn't bless us by removing our suffering. He blesses us by giving us the strength to meet it. The grace is not in ease, but in endurance. The miracle is not in bypassing pain, but in discovering that pain can be the doorway to depth, to humility, to unshakable peace. Let me tell you about a woman who had been practicing for years. She was the image of devotion, attending every retreat, chanting daily, volunteering constantly. But when her mother died suddenly, she fell into a spiral. Her practice felt meaningless, her chants hollow. She almost quit entirely. But one day, sitting in the garden where her mother used to drink tea, she whispered, "What if I just let myself grieve?" That question changed her life. Her meditation became softer, more human. She stopped striving to be spiritual and started learning how to be whole. Because that's the secret. Spirituality isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. It's about facing the totality of your experience, not just the light, but the shadows too. So if you're struggling right now, I invite you to stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Or maybe it's showing you your need for control. Maybe it's revealing old wounds that are ready to heal. Maybe it's simply inviting you to slow down, breathe, and reconnect with the basics: presence, kindness, patience. And above all, trust this. If you feel like giving up, it means you're close to something important. Nobody wants to quit when things are easy. We want to quit when we are close to breakthrough. When the ego starts to crack, when the soul begins to stretch. When the old you starts to die, so the real you can emerge. Let that death happen. Let the old stories dissolve. Let the masks fall away. You don't need to be who you were. You're allowed to grow. And I promise you this. What's waiting on the other side of this struggle is not some mythical enlightenment. It's a deeper version of you. A you that is more honest, more grounded, more compassionate. A you that can hold pain without collapsing. A you that can meet life with open arms. So please, stay with the practice. Keep breathing, keep sitting, keep walking this path, not because it's easy, but because it's real. If this message spoke to you, please share it. Like this video, subscribe for more reflections like this. And more importantly, comment below. Let us know, where are you struggling? What's been your hardest moment in practice? Let's remind each other, we're all in this together. Thank you for watching this video. May your struggles become your teachers, and may your heart rise like the lotus through every mud of life.